Texas wind is blowing, the clouds are moving in. I've been driving for hours, remembering where we've been. I'm miles and miles from nowhere, the moon has disappeared. There's a thunder in the distance, it reminds me you're not here. So I turn on the radio, searching for a song. The static's all that greets me, and I know I'm all alone. So I push on through the darkness, trying to stay awake. But this coffee that I'm drinking ain't strong enough to shake the rain inside of me. Never goes away, it never leaves. And all my memories are falling down on me, 'cause it's 12 o'clock in Texas, but it's the dead of night for me. When I finally make the distance and the music fades away, I smile for all the strangers and I step off of the stage. We used to shoot a whiskey to celebrate the show, but Jack without the Daniel is a drink I drink alone. It's a drink I drink alone. Inside of me never goes away, it never leaves. And all my memories are falling down on me, 'cause it's 12 o'clock in Texas, but it's a dead of night for me. But it's the dead of night for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
Well, the songs of the South are gone with the wind. USA. An assembly line cowboy in a new Chevrolet. They're making hits 'cause it fits down in Honky Tonk USA. You were raised in the city where the crops never grow, but you claim that you're a child of the land. Yeah, you never had to labor, you never count the cost. You were born with the money in your hand. You can drink suburban whiskey, buy a polished pair of boots, play the songs that they're telling you to play. Just paper dollar cowboys and watered down whiskey with twang. Well, the strings are gone and the band don't play, and the pretty little singer has nothing to say. An assembly line cowboy in a new Chevrolet. They're making hits 'cause it fits down in Honky Tonk USA. Don't let the music fade away. Don't let it all burn out. Some things are worthy to say. Don't let it fade away. Don't let me fade away. The strings are gone and the band don't play, and the pretty little singer has nothing to say. An assembly line cowboy in a new Chevrolet. There's a new one being made every day. A newer model, but the song stays the same. They're making hits 'cause it fits down in Honky Tonk USA. USA. Honky Tonk. They're making hits, but it's all fit.
His name is Will Wesley. That is called Honky Tonk USA. And before that, another great tune, 12 o'clock in Texas. We'll have one more from Will Wesley in just a moment. It is Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. I'm broadcasting live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And tonight on Triple Play Thursday, every artist on the program gets played 3 times in a row. We'll have one more from Will Wesley in just a moment. And by the way, Will Wesley is a sponsor of this program, a fine sponsor, and his logo is scrolling across the TV screen right now on my YouTube channel. I am live over there at KICR Indie Country Radio. I'm live on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air, and I'm also live on my Facebook account as well, and live on KICR IndieCountryRadio.com. Just scroll down a little bit, you'll see a player that says Radio Boss. Hit play on that one, you'll be able to hear the live audio right now, and we're sounding really good playing New Country's Best tonight. I've got a couple of great radio interviews as well. Brittany Elise from Australia, and she is currently on tour over there right now, is going to join me in hour number 1. Then in hour number 2, Mr. Webb Dalton is going to be a special guest on the program. You're going to hear the stories behind their songs, and like I said earlier, everybody on the program gets played 3 times in a row for Triple Play Thursday. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the other radio stations that replay this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, down to roadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Tailgate Country Radio from Canada, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, Hot and Funky Radio, and also KDubRadio.com. You can catch the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, wherever you stream music. Just search The Tim Kelly Show and you will find New Country's Best. Will Wesley for the third song to complete his triple play. It is called Paint This County on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
place in this town where the drinks are flowing and the women all loud. I get so tired of the same old thing, working 9 to 5 for a workday king. Your perfect world doesn't work for me, a slave in chains that'll never be free. I'd rather party till the break of day, at least I'm not throwing my life away. Now I'm just trying to have a little fun from the rounds I'm buying. If you wanna roll with me, we can have a lot of fun when the work day's done. Yeah, we're gonna paint this county. We're gonna paint this county. When I was young, Daddy worked in the plants. His boots grew roots and he never looked back. He would drown in a bottle of gin, saying, son, don't you ever turn out like them. I was working on a 3-man crew, breaking my back for $1 or $2. The time came when I walked away, 'cause I'm not my father, won't live that way. Now I'm just trying to have a little fun from the rounds I'm buying. If you wanna roll with me, we can raise some hell in the Bible Belt. Sparks igniting, pure white lightning. I'll have another round if you're down, I'm buying. If you wanna roll with me, we can have a lot of fun when the work day's done. Yeah, we're gonna make this county. I'm just trying to have a little fun from the rounds I'm buying. If you wanna roll with me, we can raise some hell in the Bible Belt. Sparks igniting, pure white lightning. I'll have another round if you're down, I'm buying. If you wanna roll with me, we can have a lot of fun when the work day's done. Yeah, we're gonna paint this county. We're gonna paint this county. Yeah, we're gonna paint this county. We're gonna paint this county.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
I'm from a place in the mountains of Virginia that I call home, where the moon shines clear as the water where the river flows. We've been known to get a little bit rowdy in the evening time, and there's nothing like an Appalachian starlit summer night. I'm from a small town, but I got some city dreams, making my way around, playing on 6 strings, on these backwood trails and raising hell. Sunny morning hallelujahs and living well. I got some deep roots with this heart of mine, walking on blacktop, running on borrowed time. I'm just a country girl out here partying with southern boys. You bring the beer and I'll bring the noise. We got Friday night tailgates right before the football game. Out on every corner, everyone knows your name. And the road down here will get you lost and turned around. Go back deep in the holler is the one place that I'll be found. I'm from a small town, but I got some city dreams, making my way around, playing on 6 strings, on these backwood trails and raising hell. Sunny morning hallelujahs and living well. I got some deep roots with this heart of mine, walking on blacktop, running on borrowed time. I'm just a country girl out here partying with southern boys. You bring the beer and I'll bring the noise. new roads without singing it twice. I'm from a small town, but I got some city dreams. Making my way around, playing on 6 strings on these backwood trails and raising hell. Sunday morning hallelujahs and living well. I got some deep roots with this heart of mine. Walking on blacktop, running on borrowed time. I'm just a country girl out here partying with southern boys. You bring the beer and I bring the noise. You bring the beer and I bring the noise.
Song number 2.
It's been one of those nights where the neighbors can hear us scream. And I know after this fight, you'll go to that bar across the street. And I'll be left here all alone, thinking, what the hell did I do wrong? While you'll be dialing up that phone, calling that girl I've known about all along. And I'm sure that she's just one of a kind, the perfect girl for every guy. I bet you talk to her all night, and all I can say is you can have it your way. But if you come back home tonight, you may see hell at first sight. After that $100 whiskey out the door, flushed all them pills down the drain, you won't be feeling good no more. And I found your stash and lit it all over the floor. So when I pour that gasoline, hit right out to the porch, where I see your car pulling right in. I look at you and say, you picked your poison. It's 2 in the morning, you're nowhere to be seen. You're probably back at her apartment, cozied up under the sheets. You know I put up with this shit more times than I can truly count. So when you're finally through with me, I think she'll start to figure out that you may seem like you're one of a kind, the kind to walk her home at night. You'll give the picture perfect life, and after some years go right on by, she'll start to see the light behind those deep sapphire eyes. So after that $100 whiskey out the door, flushed all them pills down the drain, you won't be feeling good no more. And I found your stash and lit it all over the floor. So when I pour that gasoline, hit right out to the porch, where I see your car pulling right in. I look at you and say, you picked your poison. I knew that when I finally beat up for you, I'd sure enough put you through the hell I went through. So after that $100 whiskey out the door, flushed all them pills down the drain, you won't be feeling good no more. I found your stash and lit it all over the floor. So when I pour that gasoline, hit right out to the porch, I'll wait to see your car pull right in. Now look at you and say, you picked your poison.
She's a good friend of mine from West Virginia. Her name is Mackenzie Phipps. It is Makinze. Mackenzie Phipps, and that is called Pick Your Poison. And before that, you bring the beer, I'll bring the noise. And we'll have one more from Mackenzie in just a moment. But after we play that song from Mackenzie, my first radio interview and special guest is going to be up tonight all the way from Australia. Brittany Elise is going to join us. You're going to hear the stories behind her songs, and we're going to play 3 in a row from her as well. Mackenzie Phipps, this is a great storytelling song about her growing up with her dad, and he was a truck driver. It is called 18 Wheels. Mackenzie Phipps on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Together on 18 wheels for 18 years and countless miles from home. That old Mack truck that he would drive didn't have a radio, but that didn't stop him from singing country songs. And the day they laid him in the ground, you could hear a faint familiar sound, a Jake brake in the distance slowing down. When my daddy's wheels stopped turning, he was heaven bound. He lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was a life he lived on 18 wheels. With Daddy, I felt like I had everything. And Mama did her best with Daddy on the road. Those late night calls would help him get back home. Sometimes I sit in his old seat and I think of all the memories. I can still hear the diesel engine shifting gears. Heaven bound, he lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was the life he lived on 18 wheels. So the next time you're in a grocery store or staring out of your car door, just thank the Lord above for a trucker. When my daddy's wheels stopped turning, he was heaven bound. He lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was a life he lived on 18 wheels, was a life he lived on 18 wheels.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row. And I'm excited to play 3 from this next young artist, and she's actually going to do a radio interview with us from Australia. How are you, my friend? Brittany Elise.
Hello, thank you so much for having me on.
You are welcome. Welcome to the Tim Kelly Show, and welcome back to the United States. I guess you're in Australia right now, but you actually live in Nashville as well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that's happening here on this tour in Australia, and then looking forward to heading back very, very soon to Nashville.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for taking the time to speak with us tonight on the program. I've been looking forward to this one, and you've got some great music. We're going to play 3 really good songs. I can definitely say New Country's best behind your songs, and that's our tagline at the station.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to thank Craig Band from Arista Media for setting up the interview, too. He sends me a lot of country music videos, and that's how we kind of met, and I look forward to adding some of your videos, too, to ICTV. That's Indie Country Television. We also have that, so that's going to be awesome. I want to talk about how you got started in your country music career. You started out as an athlete, though. You had a serious knee injury, which kind of sidelined you. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so I started my music career at a very young age. I think I was about 7 years old, and I started. And by 9 years old, I had the guitar, but I was always playing top-level sport. I've actually represented Australia on a national level, on a state level as well, for multiple sports. And I was running out on the field and singing the national anthem, and then quickly getting changed and then going to play the state championships. That was kind of always my childhood growing up, and loved it. Always had both worlds. But in my early 20s, unfortunately, I had this injury while I was playing sport, and it was this rare injury where they didn't know if I was going to walk again or if I was even going to be able to run again. And I'm actually in the Australian record books because I was the first success story of my surgery. And I'm very happy to say that I'm back and I'm back to playing sport. Obviously not that top tier anymore, because that's when I took on my music career full time many years ago now. And it was almost like I had to pick one, and the universe picked for me. But I'm so happy. Yeah. I'm still heavily involved in sport, but on a coaching level, as well as my full-time music career. So they say busy is an understatement.
Yeah, same here. I stay pretty busy doing this and still work a full-time gig to pay the bills. But I love talking to you guys, and I love playing this independent country music. And, man, I hear music that I don't know that if I would never hear it if I wasn't doing this show, and I know the world would never hear it if I wasn't doing something like this. So it's been a win-win for everybody. I love country music, and you obviously do too. Now, it's interesting, being from Australia, there's a lot of genres out there too, but why did you pick country, and was it somebody specifically that maybe inspired you to want to do something in country music?
Yeah, I think I've always lived and breathed country music. I'm from a small regional town in North Queensland on the Great Barrier Reef, if anyone's heard of that from Australia, and country music was always very big here, and we had a lot of country music talent quests, and I was put in one of those one year, and I won the Encouragement Award like I was very little, and they say the rest is history. But there's just something I've always loved about country music, and it's real people telling real stories with amazing music behind it. And so, yeah, I've never looked sideways. It's always been country music for me, and my family, we grew up playing worldwide country music, including your people like Dolly Parton. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's just always been a part of me and always been the passion that I've followed.
That is awesome. And I know this gentleman by the name of Keith Urban, and you probably are, have watched his career. He's done quite well coming from Australia over here in the U.S., hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He was literally just here. We were at the same festival catching up.
No kidding.
Only in the last couple of weeks at the Tamworth Country Music Festival, and then he's flown back to the States. But yeah, he's an incredible person as well. Like, he's very supportive. He likes to pull people up where he can, as well as he's had an amazing plenty to go. So yeah, he's an inspiration for a lot of artists, let alone if you're from Australia as well.
Now, I'll kind of show my age here. I grew up listening to a lady who we unfortunately lost not too long ago that was from Australia. Her name was Olivia Newton-John. I always loved her music when I was young.
Absolutely. She's a big inspiration here in Australia as well.
Yeah. And
she was our favorite movie actress as well.
Yep, absolutely. I loved her in Grease. I saw that movie at the drive-in when it first came out back in 1978.
Yep.
So, yep.
Yeah,
That's been
exactly.
a day.
Love that.
That's been a day or two ago. But yeah, I loved her, and
Yeah.
I've been friends with Christy Lamb from over there in Australia. She's a big deal, and Tori Dark's a good friend of mine too. They female country artists do quite well in Australia, don't they?
Yeah, we love both of those ladies, and yeah, it is. It's and country music across the world, I feel like, is getting bigger and bigger, which is really exciting. And females are at the forefront of that as well, leading the way. So I'm excited for what's to come in the next couple of years, but also over the next decade or so.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I'm reading your bio, you are an interesting person, and you obviously have a big heart, because after you had your knee injury in 2016, it said that you turned into coaching, and you also became a school teacher. Tell us what you taught.
Yeah, so I actually taught, we call it HPE here, which is Health and Physical Education, which is basically sport and health. But I was also a science teacher. I was also a mathematics teacher. I was also a music teacher, and I'm very big in the drama world as well. So I taught a range of subjects, and yeah, I wanted to give back in the terms of music, but also I just love, like, our young people are our future as well.
Yes.
It's a really important part of my life, and that chapter is still a big part of my life, but yeah, obviously I'm doing full-time music now.
Awesome. Well, the folks that know me well know that I love sports, and I love particularly this one team that we've got in the Super Bowl this year, the Kansas City Chiefs. But you know, when I was when I was younger, I loved to play volleyball, and the coach in elementary school let me coach some of the kids in volleyball too, and mentor some of the younger ones. And there's nothing the better feeling than that when you're impacting some young person's life. And music does that with anybody's life, man. There's a song that they can relate to, of something that you're going through, similar to what they're going through, and they're out there in the audience, and you don't know them, and they don't know you, but you know, you're doing that every time you take the stage, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I actually think that is one of my most favorite parts of being an artist is, you know, when you're meeting and greeting people at shows, or, you know, along the road or wherever it may be, and somebody comes and tells you, but how they've put it into your song. I think music is one of the most powerful languages in the world, and there's nothing more special than someone doing that to you as an artist. Absolutely.
I see that you've played at a lot of festivals, and in fact, you're still over there in Australia. You're coming back over here, you said, in March, and it's totally flipped because you're so much ahead of us over there. It is still summertime over there, so that's why the festivals are going on and your tour is happening, right?
Yes, exactly right. They say I'm always chasing summer, so I can chase summer here in Australia and then head back and chase the US summer and then continue that. So yeah, no, it's lots of fun, and it's nice being at the beaches here.
Absolutely. You know, that always interested me because I've interviewed several folks from Australia, and we've done these, put it together over, Facebook Messenger or something like that, like we're doing right now, so you don't have the international calls or anything like that to deal with. But there's just such a big time difference, and we just had Christmas not too long ago, and I just always thought it was interesting interviewing somebody, and I just did that around the holidays, that, it's a totally different Christmas over there. You don't get a white Christmas in Australia.
No, we have a lot of people that spend outside because it's beautiful and hot weather.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Well, you've got some great music, and you was talking about, country music, telling some of the best stories, and I agree with that. They say it's 3 chords and the truth, and you've got some great music. I played this one just the other night for you. It's called We Good All Right. Tell us about this first song we're going to play.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if we're allowed to have secret favorites, but this is one of my secret favorites, and I walked into a writer's room with Kirsty Manor, one of Blake Shelton's writers, and Bill DeWeege, who's an amazing writer. And when you often walk into a room and you ask someone how they're doing, they often reply with, maybe good or all right or whatnot. And it may be a good day, or it may have not been, and it may have been just that reaction. And that happened in this writer's room, and we were all replied with, yeah, we're really good, thanks, just that typical response. And then we were like, did we just start a song? And then we started putting it into saying how all the simple things in life if you've got, good family, good friends, and, you're riding the highs and the lows of life and you're just doing your thing, then, you do have the good life. And even though sometimes it can really give us some challenges. And so we came up with the song of We Good, All Right. And it's really one for the summer airways as well.
Absolutely, man. And you're right about that. I look forward to playing that clear through this summer over here. And man, I'm ready for spring already. I'll tell you that. So
Yes.
this little groundhog that they have over here, they do this thing every year. He saw his shadow, and that means always 6 more weeks of winter. But I always joke about it. I say they taste like chicken. I'll take care of that groundhog.
I'm sure that goes down well.
I'll tell you what. You got the koalas over there. We have groundhogs over here.
Yeah, we love our koalas over here.
Yeah. Now, tell me about, too, when you come to Nashville and being a songwriter and a performer, do you go to some of the writers' rounds and spend time writing with some of the folks over in Nashville, too?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the songs off my soon-to-be record, were all written in Nashville, Tennessee, with a lot of the great folks there. And I love attending write-arounds. I feel like, one, there's something special about supporting another artist, but there's also something special about performing songs and trialing them with different audiences, because that's how you really know, is when a listener supports you.
Yeah. And boy, I love hearing that. I'm all about artists supporting other artists. I've got a lot of artists that come into my show, and there'll be somebody like you or somebody else that they haven't heard before, and they're like, wow, this is really good. So they end up, sometimes reaching out to them. They start writing together. They might do a duet together, and I've seen this many, many times happen. And so that's a neat thing. And isn't the independent artist community a big community, but yet it's small at the same time, and everybody is so helpful?
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's something super powerful about what you just said. And some of the best co-writes come out of maybe just a night at a writer's round. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it's one of the best parts.
Yeah. And I get a lot of interesting song titles, and I don't know what they're about until I talk to the artists and get to find out what I call the stories behind the songs. And that's why I love doing these interviews. So we were going to play We Good All Right. I've played it a few times. And then you've got a couple of other interesting ones. And simple. It's Hi, It's Me. And then you got one called Lucky. I want to hear the stories behind those when we come back and talk to you here in just a minute as well. So we're going to play We Good All Right, and then we'll come back and talk some more with Brittany Elise on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Ain't got $1 million in the bank, ain't met that hard of gold, yeah. I might be down half a tank, my beat up car ain't no Corvette. Nah, 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 but I'm set. I got a bunch of crazy friends, they are my people through and through. We got some nights that never end, sometimes we throw them back a few. Nah, 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 you can't buy that view. I got that blue sky, sunshine wherever I go. I got it far between, right between the highs and the lows. I'm good, alright, you good. Give me a song, turn it on, let it get to my soul. When life's a mess, I make the best and just let it roll. Well, I'm good, alright, you good, alright. We good, we good, we good. Well, alright. Seen Daisy smiling in the rain. Yeah, they look up no matter what. I turned hard luck to lemonade. And when my wheels get stuck, nah, nah, nah. I got that blue sky, sunshine wherever I go. I gotta fly between, right between the highs and the lows. I'm good, alright, you good. Give me a song, turn it on, let it get to my soul. When life's a mess, I make the best and just let it roll. Well, I'm good, alright, you good, alright. We good, we good, we good. Well, alright.
Her name is Brittany Elise, and that is called We Good All Right. You just heard the story behind it, and she had some co-writers helping her out on that one, and that is a fantastic song. It is amazing to me, Brittany, how you can wrap that up in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. I love that part of the process, too.
Yeah, me too. We always joke about what our target time length is going to be. So, yeah, it's always interesting to see. Sometimes stories are a lot longer and sometimes they're shorter.
Yep. I've had an artist, he sent me a song and I've been playing it. It's a little over 5 minutes, and he said that radio has said that that's too long and all of this. But, sometimes it's hard to tell a story in 3.5 minutes. And I've had songs 2.5 minutes and something like that too. So.
Yeah, exactly right. Depends on what story needs to be told, I think.
Yeah, it's an amazing process. Now, we were talking about songwriting. What's your songwriting style? Are you kind of more lyric based? Do you have to hear the hook first, or is it kind of a combination of both for you?
A bit of a combination of both. I love to challenge myself and any writers that I'm writing with, how many hooks we can put into a song, and so that hook line and that catchiness of any song, for me, is very important. So I like to have that pretty early on. Okay. But you need to have strong lyrics for that story being told, as well as obviously then we like to make sure that the musical component matches the feeling and the story being told. So right. I think all elements are really important, but yeah, each song for me has actually been quite different. Sometimes something comes quicker than others.
Yep. And, I've had artists tell me they've hung on to a song for several months, maybe even years, and they finally pull it out of their files and say, it's time to record it. And then when they finally do and they see the reception of that song, they're like, wow, I wish I would have released this a long time ago. This thing is really taken off. And you've probably had songs like that too. Or on the flip side, you've had ones that you thought were going to do great and they really didn't do that good. But, that's just the nature of it, isn't it? Everybody's taste is so different.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, I actually wrote We Good All Right in 2023, and I'm now releasing it in 2025. Wow. So, yeah, there's a big process behind a release of a song as well, and timing can be important, as you said. Yep. Sometimes absolutely. It's out of your control.
Yeah, it totally is. And I just had an artist I was talking to not too long ago. She held on to a song from the 90s, and she finally released it. So, but country music knows no age limit, does it? I've interviewed as young as 10 years old and as old as 61 here not too long ago. A lady that was on Team Snoop Dogg of NBC's The Voice. Her name is Gail Bliss. She was the oldest contestant on last year's The Voice, and she's 61.
Yeah, that's incredible. And as I said, though, if you've got a story to tell, then time is not relevant, really.
Absolutely, and she can sure sing. You can too, my friend, and that's why I want to ask you this next question. Do you have any brothers and sisters, and if so, are any of them musically inclined like you?
Yes, I do. I have one sister, and she's she actually probably was in music before me. She's my older sister, but she was a bit more in the classical world, which is quite interesting. Mum and Dad used to, laugh and joke how they had almost the opposites of one classical singer and one country singer.
Wow.
But yeah, no, we used to sing together, and she started in Country Music Talent Quest as well, and then went on to be in international choirs and things like that, and is now in the PR media journalist world. So yeah, we're still all in the artsy component, I guess, but yeah, I'm the only one in country music as such.
Okay. I see that you have performed at the Bluebird Cafe there in Nashville. That's a cool venue. And then you've done CMA Fest. But your goal is to stand in that half circle on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, and I sure hope you get there, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, those two events were incredible. But yeah, the Grand Ole Opry, there's just something so special. I used to listen for years from across the world in Australia, because you can hear it. They through the Grand Ole Opry radio. Mm-hmm. So we used to listen to all my favorites growing up. But yeah, to perform there is going to be like nothing else. Not like nothing else.
Yep. I've been doing a lot of research here lately on the Grand Ole Opry, and it has a barn background because years ago when it first got started, it used to be a barn dance. and the crowds got so big that they started charging a quarter, and they thought that would calm down some of the crowds. Well, that obviously didn't work, so they ended up out of that building the 2,400 seat Ryman Auditorium. And as they say, the rest is history. And now here we are 90 plus years later with WSM Radio and the Grand Ole Opry still going strong.
Yeah, incredible.
You know,
so much history and stories to be told there.
Isn't that your goal too as an artist? If you can make an impact on people and they're still talking about and playing your music 30 years from now, it becomes classic as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, that's the absolute dream and the goal, and just to be able to reach as many people through our stories as possible.
You know, I play that 90s country on my classic country radio station. That's automated and it plays 24/7 around the clock. But boy, I tell you what got me into country radio was that 90s country. The guys, especially from Oklahoma, I was living in southeast Oklahoma at the time I started DJing country radio, and it was Garth Brooks and Toby Keith and Vince Gill, and then later on Blake Shelton, and those kind of folks made me want to do something in country radio, and here we are.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, we're still listening to those incredible artists now, which is, they're legendary.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you, the most fun part of this is getting to talk over your intro of your music and introduce you to the world. So let's introduce your next song, simply Hi, It's Me. So hi, it's Brittany Elise. Here's her song. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so this one was linked to that story we were talking about just a little bit earlier about how I had my rare knee injury and then had surgery to walk again. And I was actually told I wouldn't be able to do any of those things. And I was in a wheelchair and had to leave my teaching job and move back to my home, which was many hours away from where I'd lived. And that whole concept of being pure determination, and when you put your mind to something, you can achieve it, even if someone or something is sidelining you. And so combined with my sport history, we wanted to have a bit of a sporting anthem, but just that whole saying, I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Me. And that's literally how this song came about.
That is so interesting. You know, and isn't this true too? And I just thought about this, and I've seen many people go through these type of injuries. They post things on social media when they're having a knee surgery, knee replacement, whatever it is. You have to work even harder in rehabilitation and building the body back up after something like that too. So hard work doesn't scare you at all. You've been through it and you're still doing it, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly right. They say it makes you stronger. And I think, if you put the determination and the time in, you can achieve anything in any aspect of life. So, definitely unfortunate that it happened, but it also taught me a lot of skills that I take into all aspects of my life now.
Absolutely. Well, and one of the things that I loved about doing this show is I can look back and say, hey, I knew her way back when, because I think you're on your way to stardom, my friend.
Oh, thank you, friend. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Lucky is the third one we're going to play to kick off the top of the next hour. Tell us about that one-word title.
Yeah, so this one I actually wrote very quickly to my very first trip of heading to Nashville, Tennessee from Australia. And I remember saving up for my first car so I could buy it outright. I saved up, worked multiple jobs to be able to save up for my very first trip to Nashville to go and see, what the world country stages looked like. And I still remember someone said to me that everything that was happening to me was because I was lucky. And I think they actually meant it from a good place, but it was pretty funny when I started thinking about that and how a lot of people think that when good things happen to other people, it's because they were lucky or potentially in the right place at the right time. And I mean, some aspects of that, absolutely. I'm fortunate I was born into and lucky that I was born into an amazing family. But I think about even you maybe found the person that you love, but you went through maybe not very good relationships prior to that. So, some components aren't lucky. Anyway, and I wanted to go in and remind people, because a lot of people are going through hardships. It could be as simple as parenthood, could be their job, could be that they changed profession, changed town, whatever it is. But it's another reminder that it's not luck, it's hard work. And to those people that hear this song, I see them, I hear them, and this song's dedicated to those people.
That is awesome. You know, Blake Shelton said that, you know, it's hard work and he got lucky, you know, when he got his first big break and record deal. I'm sure you know Austin. That song was the one that really kicked off his career. And sometimes that's what it takes. You know, you think it's going to happen with just one song, but you keep putting song after song out there because you never know what ears are going to love that particular song. And all of yours are great, but, you know, like you said, we got some secret favorites. I've got secret favorites, too, doing this show for the last 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
So
it's just whatever relates to you and your story.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, what a great story. You do put in the work, and that hard work always pays off, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, it depends what you're in it for as well. I love my job. Like, I've got one of the best jobs in the world, so either way, I'm already successful, and that's the best part.
Boy, you ain't kidding there. Getting paid to do what you love to do, there is nothing better. Where can folks find you on social media if they want to reach out and find out more about Brittany Elise and download some of your music?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Elise Music. You can find that on wherever people are streaming and listening to music, as well as places like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of those social media platforms, as well as BrittanyEliseMusic.com is my website as well, which you can find tour dates, you can find merchandise, songs, my story, and get in contact as well. Anyone's welcome to come and follow along on the journey.
Awesome, and she's having a great tour right now in Australia, so be sure to look at those tour dates if you're over here in the United States and see where she's going to be performing, and definitely go see her in a live show. That's what makes your world go around, isn't it? When people listen to your music, want to go see you in a live show, and then, you know, in these smaller venues like the Bluebird Cafe, it's really cool when they're singing word for word to your original music and know the songs. That's neat, isn't it?
Absolutely. I seriously think that's one of the best parts. We don't create music for ourselves. We create it to share with fans as well. So, yeah, it's incredible when they support that, and we love meeting people in person. So, yeah, it's really great.
Absolutely. Well, it's been great meeting you over the radio airwaves. Again, I want to thank Craig Band from Arista Media for setting this interview up, and we'll keep watching your career blossom, and we'll do it on the radio and on TV when we see some of your videos as well. So, guys, check her out on ICTV, Indie Country Television as well. Thanks for such a great interview tonight, Brittany. It's been a pleasure, and tell my friends in Australia hello, and we'll see you over here in the United States real soon.
Amazing. Thank you for your support always, and all the best.
You are welcome. Her name is Brittany Elise. This is called Hi, It's Me, and then we're going to kick off the top of the next hour with Lucky on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
They're running slow and steady. Couldn't see the spark, my fighter's heart. Hi, it's me, the one that got to prove you wrong. Kept on rising through it all. Had to hang in tough, make my own love. Had to be my own champion. Had to be my biggest fan. Give myself the fighting chance. Had to tell myself I can. 'Cause fear will never break me. Words will never shake me. I'd defy the impossible, ride the impossible. myself the fighting chance, and to tell myself I can. 'Cause fear will never break me, words will never shake me. How to find the impossible, ride the improbable. Hello, it's me again. Unstoppable,
The best in new country starts now. On Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Is it lucky to finally buy the car you dreamed of after all the paychecks you saved up? They say I got lucky. Is it lucky when you take that bucket list vacation? Took a little time and some patience. Yeah, I must be lucky. Like finding a sidewalk dime looks like the right place at the right time. What the rest of the world could never see. 1,000 miles of the energy, the sacrifice, the endless nights that still brought me to my knees. I'm still holding on through it all. I'm the fighter and the fireball. Though bridges burned and made wrong turns, it's not laid out at your feet. It might look like love. It ain't luck to me. Is it lucky to see all of your hard work pay off after going through all the hard knocks? Say I got lucky. Is it lucky to find a love you can't live without after all the heartbreaks and letdowns? I must be lucky. Rolling the dice to help you find a chance to change your life. What the rest of the world could never see. 1,000 miles of the energy, the sacrifice, the endless nights that still brought me to my knees. I'm still holding on through it all. I'm the fighter and the fireball. Though bridges burned and made wrong turns, it's not laid out at your feet. It might look like love, but it ain't luck to me. What the rest of the world could never see. 1,000 miles of the energy, the sacrifice, the endless nights that still brought me to my knees. I'm still holding on through it all. I'm the fighter and the fireball. Though bridges burned and made wrong turns, it's not laid out at your feet. It might look like luck, but it ain't luck to me. It ain't luck to me.
The third song in that triple play is called Lucky. Her name is Brittany Elise. She's a great artist from Australia, currently on tour over there, and soon to be back in the United States in Nashville come next month in March. I'm lucky to get to have her music on the radio and get to talk to her tonight. Thanks for doing a great radio interview, Brittany. And that interview is going to go into the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can check that out on the top of the website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. TimKellyShow.com, and you'll be able to listen to that over and over again if you're just getting tuned in and you missed the live interview. Everything in the archives is recorded, and the artist or anybody can download it as well if she wishes to share it on her social media. And thank you for doing another great radio interview tonight. I've got a great interview at the bottom half of this hour with an artist by the name of Webb Dalton. We'll put his interview in the archives as well after we're through tonight. But we've got a couple of more great triple plays to kick off hour number 2. Is my good buddy Lee Sims from Colorado. His latest single out to radio is called I'm the One That Ain't Coming Back on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Well, I left the night you left me. I've been gone now for a while. Been palling round with the blues and drinking like it's going out of style. I didn't take a car, I didn't take a bus, I didn't take a plane. I've just been laying low, trying to get over this pain. 1,000 times I've thought it over, told myself I was over you. Never been this far gone before, I don't know where this old road is heading to. I feel just like a lonesome whistle blowing down a one-way track. Yeah, you're the one that's gone, but I'm the one that ain't coming back. Well, I sleep down on the sofa, but I can't say that I really rest. I get to work late every morning. My boss says I'm a mixed up mess. I burned up your letters, threw away your pictures, and tore that phone off the wall. But I would have torn up my pride if only you would have called. 1,000 times I've thought it over, told myself I was over you. Never been this far gone before, I don't know where this old road is heading to. I feel just like a lonesome whistle blowing down a one-way track. Yeah, you're the one that's gone, but I'm the one that ain't coming back. I feel just like a lonesome whistle blowing down a one-way track. Yeah, you're the one that's gone, but I'm the one that ain't coming back. Yeah, you're the one that's gone, but I'm the one that ain't coming back.
Song number 2.
If you think I'm gonna be like all the others before you met me, those other clowns, I've gotta warn you now, I'm gonna let you down. If you're sure it's gonna fall apart and you're only waiting for me to break your heart, thinking that's what love's about, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. Suspecting that I'm only here to whisper sweet words in your ear just for tonight, I've gotta tell you now, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna change your expectations. I'm gonna make a smile out of that frown. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down. But if you're convinced I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna let you down.
He is my good friend Lee Sims from Colorado. That is called I'm Gonna Let You Down. And before that, I'm the One That Ain't Coming Back. Well, my name is Tim Kelly. I am not gonna let you down. I got another great radio interview coming up. Webb Dalton's gonna join me here in just a few minutes. But also, Lee Sims lent his voice to my classic country radio station. You can listen to classic country radio on my website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. When I'm not doing this show, the best in classic country music is on the air. And we also have a TV channel. That is ICTV Indie Country Television. You can watch a lot of these independent artists in action with the best videos in the country for the independent artist on ICTV Indie Country Television. The third one in the triple play for Lee Sims is one great single called If God Got the Blues. Check out the story behind this one on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
You won't find me on the front pew every time the church doors open, or walking around with a Bible in my hand. But I've hit my knees, I've made my peace, and I know where I'm going. And one day I'm gonna meet the man. Please don't get me wrong, 'cause I'm no better than the rest. But there's just a simple question that we need to ask ourselves. What would we do if God got the blues? If he threw his hands up in the air, looked down and said he didn't care, or we asked for forgiveness and he refused, tell me, what would we do? got the blues. Can you see a small child praying? Now I lay me down to sleep, and the good Lord turned a deaf ear to it all. Or a man who with his last breath said he's finally seen the light, but when he closed his eyes, the dark was all he saw. No, I don't mean to scare so, or put no one to shame, but the way this world's been going, don't it make you stop and think, what would we do if God got the blues? If he threw his hands up in the air, looked down and said he didn't care, or we asked for forgiveness and he refused, tell me, what would we do if God got the blues? Tell me, what would we do if God got the blues?
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's got to be you in your pickup truck with a painted up blonde-haired girl sitting by your side. When you open your mouth, lies are coming out. I'm the last girl that you're thinking about. Well, charge you set in place. So I've been hiding in a bunker to your latest fall from grace. You're running round on me, gave me the primer and the load. Now this powder keg you're dancing on is ready to explode. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come. The first time you betrayed me, raging fireworks lit the sky like Roman candles set ablaze. You saw fire in my eyes. So you like to play with matches and watch the torch burning high. But this powder keg that you've unleashed is gonna rain down from the sky. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come. Yeah, you crumbled our foundation, built the bricks we laid by hand. Then you set loose with the wrecking ball that crushed our wedding bands. My heart's like smoking residue from the barrel of a gun, and this keg will blow your cheating heart. And this keg will blow your cheating heart from here to kingdom come.
The song is called Powder Keg. The artist is Mackenzie McKetty from Oklahoma, and you can check out the video to Powder Keg on ICTV. That is Indie Country Television. That tab is at the top of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And before that, If the Shoe Fits, I always say buy two pair. That's a great song as well. She's super talented, and I believe she's still 15. She's about to be 16 years old this year in 2025. And super talented young lady. And after one more from Mackenzie McKetty, I'm going to have another great radio interview. Webb Dalton is going to join us on the program. You're going to get to hear the stories behind his songs, and I'm going to play 3 in a row from him as well. Let's do one more from Mackenzie McKetty. It is called Like the Movies on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
The silver screen betrayed me when it showed me what love was like. I had high expectations, but I got devastation when I realized it wasn't right. But then I found you, and I never knew I could feel a love like this. Our hearts fit like a glove. No one could ever love me the way that you do. 'Cause love, it's not like the moon. heart's been set free. 'Cause your love is like a movie to me. My heart does flips when your fingertips just brush across my skin. If we were in Hollywood, I know they would make a movie about our love. No one is perfect, but darling, it's worth it. We'll make it out just fine. Through the trials and tribulations, you're my final destination, and I'll prove it to you tonight. 'Cause love, it's not like the movies. It's not all fairy tales, happy endings. But since I found you, my heart's been set free. 'Cause your love is like a movie to me. 'Cause your love is like a movie to me.
You're listening to The Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row, and I'm excited to not only play 3 songs from this gentleman, but hear the stories behind them from Webb Dalton, my special guest tonight. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I appreciate having the time with you tonight, and thanks for reaching out to me with your music. I'm glad you found me.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for all you do for independent artists and songwriters and promoting independent music. It's very important.
Yes, it
so we
is.
appreciate
Man,
it.
there is some great music out there, and artists like you that aren't new to the business and been doing it a while and still need to be heard, man. You've been in the business for about 40 years, I saw.
I have. I've been very blessed.
What started you in the world of country music?
Well, my parents and I was 14 years old, and we were going down Broadway down in Nashville, and they were at the door at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge was standing open. There was a guy up there on stage playing acoustic guitar and singing, and so I told my dad, I want to sing a song, and he kind of thought I was kidding at first, and so I told him again. I said, I want to sing a song. So he went in there and talked to the guy, and the guy said, yeah, sure, bring him on in. So it's midday. And so I went on in, and he let me up there, and I sang You're Cheating Hard. I probably didn't know most of the words, and I probably stunk, but he was encouraging, and ever since then, I got bit by the bug. I just love music, and I knew music was going to be a big part of my life, and it has been.
That is awesome. Your first performance, that's a historic venue, isn't it?
It really is. It's right there at the back door of the Grand Ole Opry, and all the opera stars used to go in there. And of course, I didn't know the history at the time. I just saw this fella in there playing. I said, I can do that. So, but anyway, he was encouraging to me. So
that is awesome. You're from Montgomery, Alabama. You were raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't remember it, but when I was about 3 years old, I had my picture taken on the front steps of Graceland at Elvis's Graceland in Memphis.
I was just talking to my uncle about Graceland and Elvis, and because he sent me a picture today of an old paper from August 17th, 1977, when Elvis passed. He was going through some old papers and came across that and sent it to me. So, yeah, Memphis is just that's the thing about it. You can't really define Memphis music what it is, one thing or another. Of course, it's home of the blues, but you have country and you have rock and you have hip hop, rap, and all that. But it's just a very eclectic type, music scene.
Yeah.
So I was exposed to that. I was exposed in Montgomery because I was born in Montgomery, and we moved from Montgomery when I was 7. But my dad used to have the radio on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen, and even from the time I was in the playpen listening to the Grand Ole Opry, and so I was raised on old traditional country.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest Tubb and Farron Young and Ray Price and Webb Pierce and all that. So I just love traditional country music, and I also, as far as Charlie Rich and the Jerry Lee, I love that too. So.
Yeah. We were talking off the air before we got on here today. Ray Price had a theater here for a time in Branson, and you just brought up Charlie Rich. His grandson performs here in Branson at the Nashville Roadhouse Live Theater. I used to do my show there on Saturdays last year, so that is awesome. His name is Cole Lee, super talented young man.
Okay, yeah. I actually opened up for Charlie and Jerry Lee at a George Klein Christmas party one year.
Mm-hmm.
And also Billy Joel Royal was there, and I didn't even know. At the time, I didn't really know who he was. And so he had come to me and asked me if he could borrow my guitar, and I didn't know who this guy was. And I said, sure. He said, I don't know how to play it. It's just a prop. I said, okay. So then I found out afterwards who he was, Billy the Ton, and all his hits. And
Jerry Lee Lewis was Mickey Gilley's cousin, and Mickey Gilley was here in Branson for years. He still has a Mickey Gilley Shanghai Theater now that it's called, and it's right there on the 76th Strip. And, I was telling you off the air, what brought me to Branson was my brother was Andy Williams, TV producer for a couple of years, and did his Christmas commercials. And he goes, why don't you move here and start your radio program down here? And so that's what I did, and we're working on year number 13 this May will be. And I love the traditional country music that you guys make and the original music, man. If it weren't for you guys making this music and us playing it on the radio, there's some great, and I've lived in this underground world of indie country for 12, almost 13 years. There's some great music out there that needs to be heard, and you sure make it, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it. There's a lot of great music and young artists, and, older artists, and we're all just continuing to work hard at our craft and our love of music and writing, performing, and recording, and like you said, it's so important that people like you that promote independent music.
Yeah.
It's just a big part of it.
Well, your music is getting noticed because I'm looking at you have been to the Grand Ole Opry. You won the JMA Independent Artist of the Year and Songwriter of the Year. What year was that? Was that last year or what?
23 was Artist of the Year, and the last year Songwriter of the Year.
Okay.
And I never imagined I was going to be standing in the circle at the Grand Ole Opry, and you almost saw a grown man cry the first year. And the last year I was a little more composed. And but anyway, it was quite a blessing. And JMA is such a good organization, and Josie and Tina, they do a great job on that.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's a pretty cool gig they got there doing at the Grand Ole Opry. I've been watching them. She started just a little bit after I did with the Josie show, and then come up with this great award show that she does, recognizing independent artists, the largest one in the world. So that's pretty cool. She's got it going on.
She really does.
Yeah.
They're sweet people.
You've shared the stage with some big names in the world of country music. 60 number one hits for this gentleman, George Strait, the great Randy Travis, and Garth Brooks, and several more. That is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I've been blessed, and been able to work with some really, really great people and icons as well. The old Grand Ole Opry stars. And Boxcar Willie and Jack Green and Johnny Russell, Jimmy Dickens and Kitty Wells, and different ones, and just really cool. In fact, I was playing at the National Palace and Randy Travis was washing dishes in the kitchen, and he would come out and sing on employee night. He'd come out and sing a couple songs, and he'd go back in the kitchen, get back to washing dishes, and one night we were sitting down talking, because I was playing there, like I said, a week at a time. And we were sitting down talking. He told me he was talking to Warner Brothers about getting something going. I really thought he was pulling my leg. I said, Randy, that's great. Sounds good. I wish you luck. And next thing I know, he signed his deal, and then he asked me to open up for his fan club dinner show during Fanfare. And then I opened up for him again at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. Opened up for him, George Strait, and Kathy Mattea.
Wow.
And we were talking earlier about, as far as the exposure of the voice and the different talent shows and things. I actually in 1988, I won the Marble Talent Roundup, and it opened a lot of doors, because my first album was actually in 1987.
Yeah.
And but that's any exposure that you can get as far as a young artist, you need to play anywhere and everywhere.
Boy, isn't that the truth? You were telling me about a young lady that you know that is super talented like that, and I'll tell you about another young lady that was running the merchandise table, and you probably know this story too, for Garth Brooks. Her name's Martina McBride, and she can sure sing. She's got a voice, and that's how she kind of got discovered, was helping out Garth Brooks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember when Garth, because I opened up, it was actually a talent buyers showcase out in McAlester, Oklahoma, a place called Capitol Hills. And we did that show together. It was before he had signed his deal. And did another show with him in Sanford, Florida, a place called The Barn. And he had just released Too Young to Feel the Stamp Old. I had a steel player playing with me. His name's Steve McClure. Mm-hmm. And Garth ended up taking him from me shortly thereafter. And so Steve's played with him for forever now, and still plays with him. But it was really neat. And Garth's such a big-hearted guy. Yeah. I mean, he really is. He gets, some people give him a bad rap and everything, but he's just as down to earth as he was. There was a fellow by the name of Ben Farrell. And I worked with Ben in the early '80s, and he's been with Garth from the beginning as far as promoting his shows. And we got together a couple of years ago in Birmingham when Garth played in Birmingham, and so I got together with Ben, and I said, really, I mean, between you and I, how is he? Has he changed much? He said he is still just a down-to-earth, genuine guy, as he was when I first started working with him. And that says a lot, because Ben wouldn't tell me a story. He told me the truth. He said he's just a genuine, big-hearted fella.
Yeah, he really is. And he loves independent radio and country music, too, so much so that he started his own stations on this app called TuneIn, and you can find this program on there as well. But he's got 7 of them, and my buddy Stormy Warren left Sirius XM to go work at Garth Station, the Big 615. So he loves helping those independents out. And, in fact, his daughter is one of them. I've interviewed Allie Colleen, his daughter, 3 times on this program, and she doesn't want to use Daddy's name either, his money, his notoriety, or any of that. She wants to do it on her own, and she's making some great country music, and she got that talent from her daddy, that's for sure.
That's great. Yeah, we play every year. I think about Garth when we got to Oklahoma, because every March, every last couple of years, we played out there in Tulsa. Mm-hmm. And we're going back March 6th and 7th. We were playing 2 shows out there. And so normally, last year I went to the Toby Keith OK Corral that they've opened up. It's kind of like, it's a mini Ronald McDonald House is what it is, kind of like for St. Jude. Right. And it's a really, really cool place that Toby opened up, and it was a big part of starting that. And it's made donations to it and raise, fundraisers and things like that. But it's really, really neat. It's called the OK Corral. OK Kids Corral.
OK Kids Corral. That is awesome. Well, you got a unique name for your recording studio, too, and this is one that I hadn't heard before in Nashville. I'm Your Huckleberry Studio.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine. His name's Mike Jacobs that has it. So, but he's a great guy, and it's a neat little studio he's got.
I love these Western movies so much that I put Tombstone on my website. I've got the Western channel on there. You can watch some old John Wayne movies. I got some good Clint Eastwood ones, too. Those funny Trinity movies, those are on there as well. So I love those Westerns. But, yeah, that was from Tombstone, 1993. That movie's going to be 32 years old this year. Can you believe it?
Oh, I feel old. I remember that one. I remember when it came out, but
yeah,
I tell you, I'm glad to see old Westerns kind of coming back. Like you got Yellowstone, a Western, and those shows are just, they're really great shows that Taylor Sheridan does.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been watching that new one, Landman, too, with Billy Bob Thornton about oil, the oil business. And, Toby Keith did that before he got into country music. He was actually rigging on one of those oil rigs in Oklahoma. And he's one of the reasons him and Garth and Vince Gill, those guys from Oklahoma, I spent 20 years down there. And Ada, Oklahoma, was where I was, where actually Blake Shelton lived. And that's what got me into wanting to do country radio, was that 90s country when it came out that they were making.
Yeah, from Haggard to Toby there's just so much great music comes out of Oklahoma for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got some great music too, my friend, and we're going to kick off your first song. It's called Don't Forget, Remember Me. Tell us the story behind this, and then we'll play it for the folks.
Well, it started out as something that my grandfather said many, many years ago, and it kind of stuck with me. He said, the grass may be greener on the other side of the fence, but be careful because it may be over a septic tank. And so that's kind of where the idea started out, and it kind of ended up where, this fella was in love with this woman, married her and everything, and was in love with her till the day he died. And never forgot her, and just wanted one thing from her is just don't forget, remember me. And so she kind of at the end of the song, she comes back, and she I don't say whether or not she regrets her decision, but it's just kind of a unspoken type. I'm sure she probably has some regrets.
Okay, awesome. I love the story, and we'll play that, and then we'll come back and talk about another song called Better Man, and I want to talk about songwriting, too, because I saw in your bio that you're a great storyteller, and country music tells the best ones, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I believe so.
Absolutely. Don't forget, remember me. His name is Webb Dalton on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, on this Triple Play Thursday.
Just a simple man. He laughs, he cries, he dreams, but he's not Superman. He begged her not to leave. She said she had nothing more she could give. She found someone else, and he'd shown her how to live. He said, don't forget, remember me. No matter where on earth you go, there I'll be. I want you to know that you are my world. Just don't forget, remember me. Well, 10 years went by since she left home. She went to visit him, standing there alone. Chiseled in stone, the words that he said, filled with regret, this is what she read. Just don't forget, remember me. No matter where on earth you go, there I'll be. Well, I want you to know that you are my world. Just don't forget, remember me. Oh, don't forget, remember me.
His name is Webb Dalton. Don't forget, remember me. And you just heard the great story behind that, and fantastic song. That is real country music, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for making that, and we appreciate having artists like you on the program because you're one of those seasoned veterans in the business that just love music and love making it, and I love hearing that story too.
I've been blessed over the years, and really enjoy playing music. It's something that get in your blood, and you can't turn loose of it. It just becomes part of you, part of your DNA.
That is for sure. And, I wanted to be in radio when I was a young man back in the 80s, and I was listening to Rick Dees on the radio, and then Casey Kasem, the great Casey Kasem, with his top 40 countdown and everything. I love that genre so much. I put that on my website, too, the big 80s music on there. And then I also have classic country radio with that 90s country and beyond, playing 24/7. So, those influences made me want to do radio, but that 90s country, like I mentioned earlier, is what got me into country radio and hearing the stories behind it. And you're a songwriter and want to be a storyteller, and boy, music is one of the best ways to put it out there, isn't it?
It really is. See, you mentioned Rick Dees, and he was actually a DJ at WHBQ in Memphis.
Uh-huh.
And when he had Disco Duck out.
Yep, I remember that.
And he stayed there. He was just first starting out in radio.
Yeah. Kiss FM in Los Angeles is where he was when I left California in 1990. And, man, that's some history right there. I'll tell you what, he's done it for a long, long time. And, these are the artists and the DJs do it because they love it. The music is just phenomenal. And, I keep going because I never know what I'm going to hear and what lands in my email. And it happens on a daily basis.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
It's just,
it's so much history too. When you start, like with Rick Dees and all. And,
yeah.
And 90s country, and I love 90s country. That's mainly what I do. I reach back and good old Hank Thompson song, with Bob Wills and Ernest Tubb, but I just love traditional country music.
I do too. You're the second Dalton I've interviewed. In fact, I was just going to tell you, your last name is Dalton, but I got to interview the great Lacey J. Dalton last year. She is awesome too.
Yes, she is. I had her and Jeannie Seeley and Leona Williams. They're all still out there playing quite a bit.
Yep. We've met Leona here many times in Branson. She's been playing at the Nashville Roadhouse Live once a month. She'll come down here, and she just lives about 2 or 3 hours from here, and she comes to Branson all the time. Still doing her thing at 80 years old. I think she'll be 81 this year, so she's just amazing. Super talented.
Yes, she is.
She made it big as a songwriter too, and had a lot of great cuts for other artists.
Yeah, we still do. What's the song? I can't think of it offhand. You Take Me for Granted.
Uh-huh.
And I still do that one. She wrote that, and I think she wrote it with Merle.
Yeah.
And they say she wrote Big City too, but I'm not sure. I think she probably did.
She was one of Merle Haggard's wives. She said on stage, she said, I was one of Hag's nags.
I think she plays with her son too, doesn't she?
She does, yes. Ron Williams. We're friends on social media too. And they're both super talented, as you are, my friend. And let me ask you that now. 40 years ago, let's take a little trip back in time when you started. What made you want to start singing? Did somebody tell you need to sing? Did you sing in church, or that you had that great voice? Did somebody tell you that, or what?
No. When I heard that fella doing it there at Tootsie's, I said I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I can do that. And so when I did that, and then I sang in church just like a lot of other people did, and tried out for little parts and Christmas, cantatas or whatever, and got them sometimes I didn't. So and then I put a band together in Memphis and started playing every beer joint, honky tonk bar, and wherever I could, and it just went from there. And then I moved to Nashville and lived in the back of my truck for about 6 months there at the Two Rivers Campground right there off of Bradley Parkway, and started playing the Nashville Palace. Met John Hobbs, the owner, and he took a chance on me and let me start playing there a week at a time, and just it was a great time in country music.
That is awesome.
Porter Wagner would come in, Boxcar Willie, and just great music.
Old Boxcar Willie was here in Branson for a time, and Porter Wagner's actually from West Plains, about an hour and a half from here too. So yeah, I grew up watching his show and that great show called Hee Haw, which Garth Brooks, kind of got his start on Hee Haw too years ago.
We used to watch Hee Haw every Saturday.
Yeah,
me too. It was a normal thing, just like we listened to the opera every Saturday. My dad raised me on that, so.
Absolutely. So you basically said, I'm going to get my Tootsies in there and give it a try, and here we are.
That's exactly what I did.
That is awesome.
My dad had no clue. I mean, he was thinking I was kidding, and so when I first told him, but he went on in there and asked, and the guy said, "Sure, come on in." And like I said, I probably sucked, and I didn't know all the words and everything, but he gave me words of encouragement, and it stuck with me, and so that's kind of how it started.
Well, people have told me that as a songwriter. I wasn't very good at first, but I just kept at it and kept getting better and better, and these stories just come out of thin air, and I believe this, and I'm sure you do too. God puts it out there, and it's just up to you to finish it and wrap it up in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, like I'm looking at Better Man, the next song we're going to play. So tell me your songwriting style. Are you more lyric-based? Do you have to hear the hook first, or how do you do it? Maybe a combination of both.
Sometimes I hear somebody say something, or I think of a hook, and I write the song around the hook. Sometimes I'll get a chord progression that I really like, and take it from there. But this past weekend I got together with a couple of buddies of mine, and and they're really good songwriters. Bo Roberts, he wrote went to bed at 2 with a 10 and woke up at 10 with a 2 for Willie, and then Kenny Chesty cut it, and they also wrote She's Out Doing What I'm Here Doing What I Out for Gene Watson, and so we got together this I call it Writers Weekend at Webb's, and we just get together here at the house, and so we wrote a couple of good songs here. So I'm probably gonna be going back in the studio next month, and we have our next single after. Don't Forget, Remember Me is going to be coming out April the 19th. It's called Starting to Feel That Way. And so that'll be coming out April 19th.
I look forward to hearing that. And in fact, if you'd like to come back and talk about that and some of your newer stuff, let's do this again. It's been a lot of fun today.
That'd be great. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, Webb. I appreciate you. I want to talk about this too real quick. In 2018, you got a big heart. So in 2018, you founded the Gulf Coast Musicians Medical Fund. Tell us what that is and what it does.
I retired from the Bartlett Police Department after 25 years, and I moved down to Orange Beach, Alabama. We bought a house down there and moved down to Orange Beach. I'd been playing down there at the Floribama and Tacky Jacks and hang out different restaurants and places down there for about 10 years before we actually moved down there. So we moved down there, and I lost 3 close songwriter musician friends of mine that started out their element started out as a minor health issue, but because they didn't seek medical attention for whatever reason, it became a major health issue, and they ended up losing their life. And so I mean, it just broke my heart. I needed to do something. So a lot of times musicians will play through it. They don't have the $200, $150, $200 to go pay for a medical visit at the urgent care, and then the doctor hands them 3 prescriptions. That's another $300 or $400.
Yeah,
I mean, they just now had to come up with $150, $200 for the office visit. But so that's what this charity does. It's called Gulf Coast Musicians Medical Fund. It's a 501c3 that we started, and I started it back in 2018. I did a gospel CD to kick it off, and 100% of the sales from the CDs goes to the charity. And then we have a fundraiser every October in Pensacola, Florida, at the Point Restaurant. So it pays for the urgent care Mitamed office visit and the prescriptions associated with that office visit at no cost to the musician or songwriter, for Gulf Coast musicians or songwriters in Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
Wow. And
so it's been going really good. It's the website is gcmmf.org.
Okay.
And so if you want to check it out, it's got past pictures of the fundraisers, and normally the fundraiser that is at the Point, it starts at noon, it goes till 10 o'clock, and it's on 2 stages. It's on an indoor stage and an outdoor stage, and every 45 minutes you have a different act that plays at both stages, on both stages. So that's pretty much what what we raised the money from, and it's going really well, and just trying to be a blessing to others and pass it on.
That is awesome. You have a big heart and a big voice in the world of country music, and it definitely needs to be heard. I'm going to play 2 more of your songs on this show, but we're going to keep playing your music long after this show is over. Thank you for doing a great radio interview with me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Let's talk about this next song. We're going to play Better Man, and then the third one in the triple play is going to be Rice and Beans, a song that hit #1 on the independent country music charts. Tell us about those.
Better Man is one that I wrote for my wife. She gives me a lot of good material to write about, but wrote it. It's just if when you are blessed with a person, a significant other, whatever you want to call it, in your life, you need to appreciate it and hang on, and don't take advantage of it.
Right.
As far as don't take it for granted. And and Missy is that person to me, and she makes me a better man.
Wow. My wife and I say that about each other all the time, so that is true. Awesome. Yeah. And Rice and Beans.
Rice and Beans is when I was. It's kind of what's going on right now with the way the budgeting is of our government. It's not a political song. It's not Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's nothing like that. It just talks about how we're sending all our money into the government to spend it, and they really need to have a budget, and they need to abide by the budget. And even if they have to live on rice and beans, they need to.
Exactly.
They need to, like we do. We have to live on a budget. If it's not there, it's not there.
That budget changes if it is including eggs right now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That is awesome. It's a great song. I've played it a few times too, and it's a pleasure having you on the program. It's a pleasure playing your music. I'm glad you found me, and let's keep in touch, my friend.
Absolutely.
Where would you prefer folks to find you on social media if they want to check out more of Webb Dalton's music?
You can go to reverbnation.com/Webb Dalton and have our schedule, our videos. In fact, you can go to YouTube and look up Webb Dalton. It's got 2 B's, Webb Dalton, WBB, and just look up on YouTube Webb Dalton, and there's plenty of videos on there. And also on Reverb Nation, it's has our schedule and videos and our music, and so that's where you can find
There
us.
you go. I will never forget your first name, Webb, because my grandparents lived just outside of Joplin in Webb City, Missouri, and they started this tradition of bringing me and my brothers to Branson years ago and down here to Silver Dollar City, and I always thought, man, I love this place. I want to move here one day, and I made that move about 12 years ago now, so.
It's beautiful up there. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Well, we'd love to see you here one of these days. If you ever come to town, be sure and hit me up, and we'll go hang out and maybe get you a gig here or two sometime.
That sounds good.
Webb Dalton, this is called Better Man. Thanks for a great radio interview today, and we'll see you on the radio, too.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Better Man right here on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
We sit and count the stars in your backyard. Our first kiss was in your den, and your dad walked in. First time I caught a glimpse of you, I knew my heart belonged to you. There's not a day that goes by, the thought of you doesn't cross my mind. You live to prove that dreams come true.
smile, the touch of your lips, your fingertips. Holding you by my side, you as my bride. Well, I'm not sure I've been blessed with you, but all I know is since we said I do, there's not a day that goes by. The thought of you doesn't cross my mind. You live a proof that dreams come true. I'm a better man because of you. I'm a better man because of you. I love you.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Politicians spewing out politics, most of them sounding like lunatics. Why can't we all just get along, provide for our family and our own? My mom and dad raised me right, you know, work hard for a living like long ago. We need to bring a little more of our bacon home after working all week from dusk till dawn. It's a simple concept, nothing new. I'm tired of being overtaxed. How about you? Our government needs to live within their means, even if they have to live on rice and beans. Rice and beans. Well, show me where it says to separate the very things that made our country great. They took prayer out of the school. Hey, Mr. President, that ain't cool. Get back to the basics, made our country strong. Just set a mind to it, it won't take long. We need to bring a little more of our bacon home after working all week from dusk till dawn. It's a simple concept, nothing new. I'm tired of being overtaxed. How about you? Our government needs to live within their means, even if they have to live on rice and beans. Rice and beans. We need to bring a little more of our bacon home after working all week from dusk till dawn. It's a simple concept, y'all, nothing new.
That is called Rice and Beans. Before that, Better Man. And don't forget, Remember Me. 3 great songs, 1 great artist. His name is Webb Dalton. Webb Dalton Music is where you can find him all over social media. Go check him out. And thanks for a great radio interview tonight, Webb. It was a fun time. And I would love to have you back on the show anytime, my friend. Come back real soon. And we'll talk about more of your great music and the stories behind those songs. That interview is going to be in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives after this live show, and also my interview earlier with Brittany Elise. You can check those out if you're just now getting tuned in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives at the top of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. I am still live on that website for 1 more hour playing the best in new independent country music. Tonight on Triple Play Thursday, every artist on the show gets played 3 times in a row, and we're getting ready to play 3 from a gentleman from Texas. And we talked about in the interview with Webb Dalton, what got me into country radio was that 90s country. This is called 90sville from Daryl Perry on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Machine. I dial it into when country music was king. Load up my guitar and I'd split this scene in search of glory days long gone. If there was a place called 90sville, I'd ride like Dwight in a magic coupe de belle, fast as you could get those tail fins over the hill, with the radio cranked way up loud, where every water tower scene is touched by Joe Diffie's brush and John Deere green. I take a hit of potion or a little pill that will take me back to 90sville, where you could get your buckle shine by cowgirl in Rocky Mountains looking so fine. Those red hot honeys love to dance in a line to boot, scoot, and boogie all night long. They're in this place called 90sville, where Clint is killing time with no time to kill, and Deer is loving you against my will. It's on the radio cranked way up loud, where George Jones don't need that rocking chair. Travis has a quarter for someone who cares. I take a hit of potion or a little pill that would take me back to 90sville. Should have been a cowboy, can ride side by side in this place called 90sville, where Chattahoochee won't let you stand still. Friends in low places never get their fill, with the radio cranked way up loud, where George Strait wears a cowboy crown. And if you can't remember, you better write this down. I take a hit of potion or a little pill that would take me back to 90sville. Let's all go back to 90sville.
Number 2.
I think it's time we beat it, huh? Love, let
us astray a little too far. Probably best that she let us know, for us to head on down the road, and away we go, taking twists and turns. Hey, I got your back, yeah, the teardrops burn, but we're right on track, over bumps and cracks. We'll just take it slow, and away we go. Hey, I ain't pointing fingers now. I ain't blaming you for how it worked out. Might have fallen for the wrong one, of the kind that leaves us on the run, and away we go, taking twists and turns. Hey, I got your back, yeah, the teardrops burn, but we're right on track, over bumps and cracks. We'll just take it slow, and away we go. Hey, we're gonna find someone on the right path. Here's to stumbling on a good great life path. And away we go, taking twists and turns. Hey, I got your back, yeah, the teardrops burn, but we're right on track, over bumps and cracks. We'll just take it slow, and away we go, taking twists and turns. Hey, I got your back, oh, the teardrops burn, but we're right on track, over bumps and cracks. We'll just take it slow, and away we go. And away we go.
And away we go with hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. I am broadcasting live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And this show is going out to 11 other radio stations around the country and around the world. And I want to thank them for helping me support what I call New Country's Best and getting these artists' music out there. I'm sure they appreciate it. Darryl Perry from Texas is who he is. His first name, Darryl, is Derryl. Go check him out on social media and tell him Tim Kelly from the Tim Kelly Show sent you. You'll love the rest of his music. I'm going to play one more from him to complete his triple play for tonight. It is called Some Horses, Darryl Perry on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Some horses weren't meant to be broke, aren't fit to be rode. We're born to buck if you get too close, and some horses need places to run till their days are done. Wide open and wild, just chasing the sun. You can see their manes afloat, never knowing where they're going. Only thing for sure is their path leads up and down a lonely trail, and for them it never fails. They will leave love in the dust to roam free. Some horses
touch you in a way you can't forget 'em. You can see their manes aglow, never know where they're going. Only thing for sure is their path leads up and down a lonely trail, and for them it never fails. They will leave love in the dust to roam free. You can see their manes aglow, never know where they're going. Only thing for sure is their path leads up and down a lonely trail, and for them it never fails. They will leave love in the dust to just roam free. Some horses weren't meant to be broke, they aren't fit to be rode, weren't meant to be tied. Take it from me, I tried. Some horses
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
Love's kind of like an old grocery store. You can walk out rich if you come in poor. It was drunk on the curb and now here it sits. People gonna toss what they just can't fix. I've been searching, nothing's working. But as soon as I don't try, I get a thrift store fine. I get a thrift store fine. Yeah. I come in here about every day. Some things say, some things stay. Looking around so like looking for love. Ain't no bit of good coming looking for stuff. Well, I've been searching, nothing's working. But as soon as I don't try, I get a thrift store fine. I get a thrift store fine. you're searching. 'Cause as soon as you don't try, you'll get a thrift store fine. You'll get a thrift store fine. For as long as I can remember, I've been looking for my one of a kind. And on the day I got off the searches, this may come looking for my urge. And I feel ready to believe, I feel ready to receive, and this love from this man of mine. But as soon as I don't try, I get a thrift store fine. I get a thrift store fine. Yeah, yeah.
Number 2.
Just 'cause you don't keep me hanging on a string, well, it don't mean that you don't get the best of my love. When my working day is through, all I think about is you. Well, it's true, you're all I'm dreaming of. And I want you to feel alright, don't fret to death all night, 'cause all I'm ever gonna run around on the roads. And no matter what I do, I'm yours. You are gonna feel adored. So shut your mouth, I'll love you till the cows come home. All that you see are the men that look at me, but didn't I catch your eye right from the start? So know when I say that my eyes can't turn away from this love. I'm so hung up on your heart. And I want you to feel alright, don't fret to death all night, 'cause all I'm ever gonna run around on the roads. And no matter what I do, I'm yours. You are gonna feel adored. So shut your mouth, I love you till the cows come home. Yeah, boy. And I want you to feel alright, don't fret to death all night, 'cause all I'm ever gonna run around on the road. And no matter what I do, I'm yours. You are gonna feel adored. So shut your mouth, I'll love you till the cows come home. Go on and shut your mouth, I'll love you till the cows come home. Go on and shut your mouth, I'll love you till the cows come
The those are a couple of fun songs right there, and she's going to be fun to talk to. She's going to be my special guest coming up on another Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. Her name is Meredith Crawford, and that is called Shut Your Mouth, and before that, Thrift Store. I'll tell you what, we're all going to be going to the thrift store pretty soon if this stuff keeps going on with the economy. I don't know if they grow eggs at the Dollar Tree or not, if you can pick them off of there, but if you can, I'm going to be down for that, absolutely. I'll be down for a great radio interview with Meredith Crawford as well. You can check out my full interview schedule at the bottom of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And I was turned on to her by an artist that I just recently interviewed by the name of Anthony Bonette. So thank you very much, sir, for finding Meredith Crawford for me. Meredith Crawford for me. She's going to be fantastic to visit with on the radio as well. The third song in the Triple Play for Meredith Crawford is called Ghost to You on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Sitting on the porch alone, I am the only one home, and I've been here for ages. Nothing really changes. Me and you, we go way back, but you move forward without the facts, and I just can't let go of all the lies you told us. That little voice never spoke up much back then, but now it's the loudest in my head. You made me want you bad, and now you wish you never had, and I'm a ghost to you. Well, I'm just a ghost to you. You walk right through my pain, but I can't unfeel a thing when I'm a ghost to you. Well, I'm just a ghost to you. Overthinking over time. Your lips were soft and they were mine, but they lie at your leisure, and that never gave me closure. Was I fool to stick around? Did I wear my welcome out when the history that made us, it couldn't really save us? That little voice never spoke up much back then, but now it's the loudest in my head.
listening to Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
I sit here in the silence, and I'm taken back in time to when you were my everything. Oh, and everything was mine. Some days we get second chances. Some days we just hit the wall and wish we had the riches or the power to go back and change it all. So tonight I'll be a king. Someone else can be the clown. This old bar stool is my throne, and I say whiskey all around, drowning all those used to be, drinking dust into the past. Tomorrow I'll be back to me, but tonight I'm a king with this crown in my glass. No man is an island. Nobody makes it on their own. Nothing like a trying, but in the end, it's a sum of words in stone. And how it feels without you, only God can understand. He knows how I've tried, but sometimes it takes more than just a man. So tonight I'll be the king, and someone else can be the clown. This old bar stool is my throne, and I'm pouring whiskey down, drowning all those used to be, drinking ghost into the past. Tomorrow I'll be back to me, but tonight I'm a king with this crown in my glass. Oh, for 1 or 2 more hours, I will hold the power, and I say whiskey all around, drowning all those used to be, drinking ghost into the past. I'll be the wisest king of all until it's last call, with this crown in my glass. Oh, tomorrow I'll be me, but tonight I'm king with this crown in my glass.
Song number 2.
All my friends say forget her, go out and have some fun, but they've got no idea of all the damage that she's done. Her memory is killing me. This pain has got to end. So Jack and Jim, come on in. It's unhappy hour again. Bartender, please, one more of these, and keep them coming till I tell you when. It's unhappy hour again. On every bar stool sits a good old boy like me, drinking to forget that girl who haunts his memory. It's hard to hide the hurt inside, and so I pretend. Let's make it clear, she's why I'm here. It's unhappy hour again. Bartender, please, one more of these, and keep them coming till I tell you when. It's unhappy hour again. Whoa. The heart that's broken ain't easy to fix. And when you love someone, it's hard to call it quits. Her love for me is history, and so the story ends. So raise your glass, here's to the past. It's unhappy hour again. Old Jack and Jim, come on in. It's unhappy hour again. Unhappy hour again.
That is called Unhappy Hour again. The artist is my good friend Ron Jenkins, and that song was written by our good friend John Romanelli as well. And before that, a great tune called Crown in My Glass. Ron Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen, go check him out on social media and find him. He's got some great music, and he lent his voice to my classic country radio station as well that plays the classics 24/7 on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Well, this is interesting because both of those songs, Unhappy Hour Again and Crown in My Glass, I have played them 11 times. My favorite of the three is this next one I'm going to play. It's going to be the 22nd time, so that means let's make it a double with Hello Whiskey from Ron Jenkins on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Hello Whiskey. Man, it's been a long, long time. Guess you heard my baby left me for a so-called friend of mine. One thing's for certain, nothing's certain anymore. Everything that mattered just walked out my door. Hello, whiskey. Hello. Hello, whiskey. So how have you been? I never thought I'd see your face again. I'll spare the detail and cut to the chase. got a lot of memories to try to erase. Hello, whiskey. Hello. So I've got to make this hurt disappear, and that's the only reason I'm sitting here. Hey, bartender, don't pass me by. Just leave that bottle, son. Here's mud in your eye. Hello, whiskey. Hello. Bending your ear. I can't believe I missed all the signs. How could she leave me after all of this time? Hello, whiskey. Hello. So I've got to make this hurt disappear, and that's the only reason I'm sitting here. Hey, bartender, don't pass me by. Just leave that bottle, son. Here's mud in your eye. Hello, whiskey. Hello. Hello, whiskey. Hello.
Hey, y'all. This is Ashley Ewing, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best.
The bottom of an empty glass. It ain't the first and it sure as hell won't be the last. Thinking about memories back in the day, I'd be up losing sleep just cursing your name, but I packed you up and left it in the past. After 3 drinks, 2 hours climbing up the walls of this old locked tower, right now, tonight I finally get the feeling it'll be alright. I carried you through hell, but now I'm done. After 3 drinks, 2 hours, I'm starting at 1. Tonight I'm staring at the pieces that are left of me. You couldn't break me down, but there's an old soft side I still can't see. Fast cars and freedom, drunk Friday nights. There's no look over your shoulder, no worries in sight. Here's to the new and the best I'll ever be. After 3 drinks, 2 hours climbing up the walls of this old locked tower, right now, tonight I finally get the feeling it'll be alright. I carried you through hell, but now I'm done. After 3 drinks. 2 hours, I'm starting at 1. After 3 drinks, 2 hours, I'm starting
Number
at
2.
1.
Girl, I stopped holding my breath long before you took a step out my door. Girl, I stopped needing you back long before you took everything I ever had and more. But I always promised you that I'd stay. But I can't stay up all of these nights waiting for you to come hold me tight. I swore we'd find a way to make it right, but I can't break down when you don't want to see me. You hide out like you don't even need me. I take back what I've been believing. I can't. But I always thought we could. We could.
I always thought we could. Boy, I stopped coming home 'cause I didn't want to be alone under the same roof. Boy, I stopped wiping these eyes long before you ever tried to tell the whole truth. But I always promised you that I'd stay. But I can't stay up all of these nights waiting for you to come hold me tight. I swore we'd find a way to make it right, but I can't break down when you don't want to see me. You hide out like you don't even need me. I take back what I've been believing. I can't. But I always thought we could.
I always thought we could.
I always thought we could. God knows that I can't. I always thought we could. I always promised you that I'd stay. I never wanted to be your mistake.
She is from the great state of Texas. He is from Hot Springs, Arkansas originally, now living in Nashville, Tennessee. She is Ashley Ewing. He is Blaine Howard, and they are both great friends of mine. And what a great duet that is. Promises and Mistakes, Ashley Ewing and Blaine Howard. Then before that, Ashley Ewing with a hit song called 321, the 27th time I've spun that on the Tim Kelly Show. I absolutely love it. And we'll do one more from Ashley Ewing in just a second. She is going to be my special guest coming up on a New Music Friday edition of the Tim Kelly Show on February the 28th. So 2 weeks from tomorrow night, she will be my special guest, and that's going to be a replay from the Tim Kelly Show archives of an earlier interview that we did in 2024. But I'm pulling some of those out to replay them for the artist and get their music out there, and you get to hear the stories behind the songs that I'm playing again. So we got some great interviews in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can check that out on my website at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. The third one in the triple play for Ashley Ewing is called Chasing Down Forever on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
2 miles from breakdown, I'm running out of know-how. There's no way to slow down. I'm 2 miles from breakdown. I'm crawling out of my skin. I couldn't tell have said I'm sorry so much faster. I'm going 80 in a 45, 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, I'm chasing down forever. Maybe you're crushing chorus cans and think you're a lesser man for walking away. Maybe I'm out of my mind, or maybe it's just the time to beg you to stay. I'm going 80 in a 45, 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal. I'm going 80 in a 45, 'cause I can't stand the thought of getting caught behind the next red light while I'm holding on to this moment. Pedal to the metal, I'm chasing down forever tonight. Oh, 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 oh. I'm chasing down forever tonight. Oh, 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 oh. I'm chasing down forever tonight.
Once again, her name is Ashley Ewing. That is called Chasing Down Forever. My name is Tim Kelly. Thanks for chasing me down. I am forever grateful, and I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Triple Play Thursday. I want to thank my special guests, Brittany Elise and Webb Dalton, for being on the program tonight. Join me tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time for New Music Friday. My special guest will be Chad Rivette and Chloe Ray. We got a couple of great radio interviews for tomorrow night as well. You get to hear the stories behind their songs and more of the newest in country music on New Music Friday. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up.
rock and roll.